Okay, so when we write an equation for a line, what do we need?
Slope, y-intercept.
Right. We need the slope and the y-intercept. So, which one's the easiest to find on a graph? Y-intercept, right? Because it's right there. So your b should have been 3 on here. How do we find the slope again? Rise over run. So you pick another point. And I would pick this one. And I went down 1 and to the right 2. So down 1 would be what? -1. And to the right 2 would be what? +2. So the m would be what? -1/2. So the equation for the line would be
-1/2 plus 3.
y equals, why is that not picking that up? Y equals, why is that locked? It shouldn't be locked. That's weird. The answer's underneath here. Oh, that just said to write the slope. That's why it's locked, because that's wrong. It should be y equals -1/2 x plus 3. Okay? What about this one? What's the b? 2. And then the slope? What's it doing? Oh, I'm really glad y'all were paying attention. It was counting by 2s. So this should have been up 1 over 2. Did anybody not see that? Especially you guys at the back. Did it look like it was up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1? Yeah, just be careful. So then the equation would be 1/2 x plus 2. Okay? All right, let's look at the week really quickly. If you look at the board, we have no tests or quizzes this week, which is a strange occurrence for us. We are learning lots of new things. You are getting your test review on Thursday, or it's open and aware rather, and it's due on Monday. Okay. If you look at our scores, oh, I need to write 8th period. I think 8th period was 93, if I'm not mistaken. So they were all really, really good scores on that quiz from Friday. So no complaints. I'll pass those back tomorrow. Okay, so how many of you grabbed reference material, your star chart? Can you take it out if you don't have it out already? Okay, so if you locate on the star chart, so we've been talking about slope intercept form for a while, y equals mx plus b, we did direct variation, and now we have this lovely formula that looks a lot more complicated than it is. Okay, it says m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1.
That's changing x over x.
Say it again.
That's changing x over changing y.
You mean change in y over change in x. Guys, that's all it means. It's just that they've spelled it out for you. They've said take one y value minus the other y value. Take one x value minus the other x value. So everyone always talks about this formula, excuse me, but I've been saying we basically have been doing it for a while. So don't make it seem harder than it actually is, okay? Okay, so look on your notes. To find the slope of the graph, he counted the rise to be 6 and the run to be 8, and he set up this equation 6 over 8 equals 3/4. Using the order of pairs, how else could he have found the rise to be 6? What I mean is, what if you didn't have a graph? Okay, we know that it's rise over run, but if we don't have a graph, let's name the 2 points, right? He already did that. So it would be 8, 10, and what is it, 16, 16? 16, 16. Now, here's the trick. It doesn't matter which one you call point 1 and point 2. It doesn't matter. So just label them x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay? So now, if we use our formula, like we just saw on the chart, y2 minus y1, that would be 16 minus what? 10, because it's y2 minus y1. We have to do the y's first, over 16 minus 8. Well, what is 16 minus 10? 6. What is 16 minus 8? 8. Isn't that the same thing as what we did a minute ago, rise over run? Yeah. It's just that that's just a fancier or more broken down way of saying change in y over change in x. but I just wanted to make sure that you guys have seen that before, okay? In case you get asked that like on a test question. Bless you. It says, using the ordered pairs, how else could he have found the run to be 8? Oh, well, I kind of did it all. My bad. Over here, they were just asking for the rise to be 6. And over here, run to be 8. Oops, my bad. I combined it. Okay, but we already did it all in one question. Okay, so down here, when they talk about the slope formula, change in y over change in x, this is what we already do. Here's our rise, here's our run. Notice the rise, y2 minus y1, coming off of the chart. x2 minus x1, coming off of the chart. Okay? And so, because of these ratios, the formula for the slope would be y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, or this is what I would say. Which one's easier to write? Yeah, change in y over change in x, right? Okay. Down here, you guys, we've already been doing rate of change from tables and from, well, these are both tables. So I personally felt like we didn't really need to do these. Are we good with this? Can we move on? Okay, I think so too. So let's go to the next page. On the next page, what's new is now when you're just given 2 points and you no longer have a graph. That's the only thing that's new. Okay. So if you want, let's label x1, y1, x2, y2, change in y over change in x, 7 minus 4. So I have a question. Could I have done 4 minus 7?
Yeah.
Sure. But when I get to the bottom, if I do 7 minus 4, then that means I have to do what on the bottom now? 1 minus 2, because I am saying I have to do this one first. If I did 4 minus 7, what do I have to do on the bottom now? 2 minus 1. Should I get the same answer? Let's see. What's 7 minus 4? 3. What's 1 minus 2? -1. So what's the slope? -3. Let's do it this way. What's 4 minus 7? -3. What's 2 minus 1? 1. So what is that? Do you see how it doesn't matter? You're still going to get the same answer either way you do it. Okay? I'm not going to write the formula there because we did it up here. Okay? Let's come down here to number 8. Will it be much harder just because I've got fractions? I don't think so. Again, it's change in y over change in x. So I'll make this my 1, this my 2. Well, this is my 1, this is my 2, but I'm subtracting this way. Why did I do that? Anybody want to take a guess? I actually looked at the numbers and I picked which one I wanted to start with. Anybody want to take a guess why? Yes, because if you want to try to avoid what? Negatives. The more negatives you get into, you usually would make mistakes. So I usually start with my bigger numbers, and 5 is bigger than 2, so I'm going to make this one first. So I'm going to do 3/4 minus 3/4 over 5 minus 2. Well, what's 3/4 minus 3/4? 0. What's 5 minus 2? 3. So what's the slope? 0. Because anything 0 divided by anything is going to be back at 0. Okay? How about you guys try 6 and 9 on your own, and then we'll check. Okay? Try 6 and 9, and then we'll check. Thank you. Y'all need more time or you got it? I'm sorry, I missed that. More time or no? More time, okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and go over the answers. What'd you guys get for your slope on number 6? 1/2. 1/2. Do I need to work it? Uh-oh, hang on. Forgot to unpause it. Sorry. 1/2. Okay, do I need to work it or are we good? Okay, how about number 9? What do I get on number 9?
0.
Uh-oh. Okay, let's talk about this one. Change in y over change in x. So I would do 3 minus 2 over 7.5 minus 7.5. 3 minus 2 is 1. What's 7.5 minus 7.5? 0. What is anything divided by 0?
0. We can't do it.
Type it in your calculator. Type anything. 1 divided by 0. What does it say? Undefined. It should say undefined. Guys, you can't divide by 0. Okay, that was kind of a trick one for me to give to you, but on purpose. So undefined there. So if you get something divided by 0, it's undefined. What will that look like? Do you think as a graph?
Straight line this way. Straight horizontal line.
You don't think? Let's picture it. If this was our graph, 7.53, so it'd be somewhere over here 3, and then 7.52, it'd be somewhere over here. So it's a straight line going up and down. We've talked about straight lines going up and down and why they're wrong as well. It's not a function, and if it's not a function, then we can't write it in slope-intercept form. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like. Is that's an undefined slope. All right. Okay, let's come down here and let's look at this word problem down here. The post office charges a flat rate plus a cost for shipping based on the weight of an item. To ship a 2-pound item, it costs $6.09. To ship a 7-pound item, it costs $8.84. Find the rate of change. Guys, we know that we need to get us some points here, right? So what will be your x's? What is the independent value? The what? The pounds. So you've got a 2-pound item and a 7-pound item. And so therefore the cost is the what? The y, the dependent. Okay, so 609 versus 884. Okay, so it's just taking the story, putting it into the point form, and now we can do it. So this would be 884 minus 609, bless you, and over 7 minus 2. And this is the first time that we've actually needed our calculator. And really, we don't want to be like. I got 275 over 5, which is then reduces down to 55. Is that correct? Okay, are we good? Does anybody have any questions about how to do this? Okay, the last page in the packet will be your homework, but before we get to that, I have 2 digital activities. Okay, so I want to explain both of these to you. I have Chromebooks Alpha Bards on. They're on top of the. Hang on, please. They're on top of the thing. So for the first one, first of all, both of the links are in Canvas. Digital Slope Activity 1 looks like this. It says calculate the slope of 2 given points. Answer each option correctly and pixels will reveal. Incorrect answer, no colors will appeal. If the slope is undefined, type the letter U. So like over here, I went ahead and found one. When my x's are the same, then that means I'm going to have an undefined, right? So if I just type a U, so see what happens? Some colors appear. If no colors appear, then you did something wrong. Okay, the other activity, so activity 2 looks like this. First, it's a color by number. They want to know, do you want to do the dragon or do you want to do the butterfly? What do y'all want? Dragon's what I heard first. So I'm going to type an A, hit enter, and then it says click the coloring tab to start. So down here, I would click this, and then I'm going to go through these answers. Okay. Find the rate of change of each linear relationship, type your answers in the boxes and press enter. So you're going to do it from here, type it, press it. So this is obviously green, so we're going to type it here. Make sense? Anybody have a question? Okay, when you're finished with that, because I have a feeling it's going to go pretty quick, then you can work on your homework, so I'm hoping you don't have any. All right?